Alright guys, this is it. Pretty big milestone in my book. Getting paint on this thing means that the project is probably nearing that 85–90% complete mark. So everything's ready to go. Paint's ready. I gave the body a good vacuuming. I've had several different shop vacs over the years, but this rigid setup is by far the best. If you use the dust collection bag inside, that won't clog up your heated filter. So yeah, great deal. And then the extra hose here for like doing the car cleaning and whatnot, that's awesome because you get probably a good 12–15 feet of reach with that hose. So anyway, we're gonna get ready here and start to get some paint on it. I'll start with the top and then I'll work my way around and get this thing painted up. Same with the doors and the back hatch. So here we go. Alright guys, I got the first coat onto the main snowcat. It covered really well. You can still see the wood grain through the paint. That birch is really going to soak up that paint. The second coat is really going to make the difference, so I'll probably just give it a light sanding with a 120 grit just to knock down all the little wood fibers and give it another coat. But everything so far is looking pretty good. We've got all the heaters running in here right now just to be able to get it up to a reasonable temperature, and hopefully it can dry in a couple hours, 3–4 hours. I did use a respirator, even though I have the beard. It makes a significant difference. Probably knocks down 80–90% of the fumes, which is a big difference, from my perspective. But yeah, it'd be better if I could do this outside in the summertime, that's for sure. So anyway, I'm gonna let this dry now, and if I have enough time, depending on how well that goes, I might be able to come out and give it a second and final coat today. But that's it for now. Alright, so it's been about 4 hours since I finished painting the snowcat, and the surface is pretty much dry to the touch. There are a couple spots that have just a little bit of tackiness to them, but overall the drying process is going very nicely. I'm quite pleased with the first coat. It did a really good job covering. You can still see some of the wood grain through the paint. That's pretty cool. Might keep that in mind for a future project on finishing it. But once I get this sanded down and I get a second coat on there, that's going to disappear, and you're going to have a really slick coating. So it's going to look really good. But yeah, it's good that it's more or less dry to the touch now. What I'm going to do is just screw the doors and the hatch back on. That way, the next time I go to paint everything will get a second coat, except for kind of the strip underneath the hinges there. Everything else can get a second coat though. It'll just make painting the doors a little easier. I won't have to do them off to the side here like I did earlier. Yeah, so I had it up to about 85 degrees in here. I had 4 heaters running. That did pretty good. It also helps that today got up just above freezing, which is a nice relief compared to the frigid temperatures we had in the past week or so. So yeah, the warm weather, I can actually keep the doors open and get some fresh air flowing through here, because this paint is really brutal. But anyway, now that I can work around this, that's great news actually. I'm gonna work on the wiring a little bit while I have it still out and the day is still quite early, and yeah, get another coat of paint on this tomorrow. Alright guys, well, 3 days of work, 2 coats of paint, and yeah, things are really moving along here. The paint is pretty much dry now. It's dry to the touch. It's going to need a couple days to cure, but overall it's looking really good. Between coats, while I was able to work around the unit, it was just a little bit tacky. I got some of the wiring taken care of, so I got headlights installed, marker lights installed, got the control panel, the stop button. I got to put another switch here. It'll be a momentary for the starter, and yeah, so there's light in here for the nighttime expeditions, and the switches are lit, so that's pretty cool. Got marker lights and headlights. Yeah, so all of that is coming along really nicely. Not a lot left to do. I need to get the malfunction indicator lamp also wired in there once it comes back. And what I did do is I did a test install of the plexiglass window, and that turned out really well. I was a little worried about cutting it, so I used a really fine-tooth blade on the table saw. It cut perfectly fine. I was also worried about drilling and cracking it, so I used a really small 1/8" bit to drill each hole first, and then I stepped it up to the size I needed. So these are just number 8 machine screws, and these washers are actually washers from the metal siding that I used in the garage here, and it has a little aluminum washer and then a little piece of rubber in there, so it kind of buffers the polycarbonate a little bit. You can't, well, there's less of a risk, I think, of over tightening it and actually cracking the window. So not a whole lot of other things left to do. I do have some back marker lights to install. I've got to put obviously the other 3 windows in, but now I have a little bit more confidence in that process. I think that'll go pretty quickly, and yeah, everything's really moving along quickly. I am really excited about this now. Can't wait for that engine to get in, and then I can wrestle the tracks onto this and get going. So anyway, that's it for this video. There will be more coming in the next couple days, so look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.